Today we are talking about how to eliminate doubt. You don't really eliminate doubt, you mitigate doubt. Doubt is something that we just have as human beings. You can't get rid of it, you can't eliminate it. You can subtract it from the equation. Eventually you can get to a point, like there are some manifestation coaches that admit to this, where they say that they've actually no doubt anymore. So I'm pretty sure you can get to that point. For us normal folk, we have to first learn how to just deal with it and how to cope with it. So what I've discovered about doubt, actually let me just be here for a little bit. Let me just like solidify myself down onto the ground quickly. I want to go lie down. Let's go. Oh, but that looks nice. When you have doubt, the idea behind doubt is that you're just supposed to take the action anyways. Now, this is something that I'm still in the process of learning. That's why it's taking me a long time to try and get these thoughts coming to my mind of what I'm supposed to say and how I'm supposed to say it. Because I'm playing with doubt right now. I'm playing with doubt about if I should be making this video because I don't know if I know what I'm talking about. And that's exactly why I'm making this video, because if I'm experiencing it and I'm talking about my experience and how I'm rising out of it, then it makes perfect sense. I'm literally a lead by example guy. So you can then, if you're in similar shoes to me, you can just follow the same advice and see, you know what I mean? We can work together. If you even know more than me, like fantastic, dude, go into the comments and write down, Josh, this is how you do this. This is what you can do. Da 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 da. And I will try all of them. I will always try advice and suggestions. So doubt. How do you eliminate doubt? No, it's pretty simple. You can't eliminate doubt. Doubt exists because the world has taught you that doubt exists, actually. That's pretty much it. But you have to have the opposite. So there's always an opposite energy, right? So the opposite energy to doubt is belief. You have to have doubt, otherwise you don't have belief. But then you start to evolve and you realize that your belief can be put into other categories or other sectors of yourself. It doesn't have to be to eliminate doubt. It can be just simply knowing now. Because now believing is when you're teaching yourself to know. Believing is when you're teaching yourself to know that you have what you have, or you get what you get, things like that. So believing is actually what creates our dimensions for us. It creates our reality, because believing is what we see. It's what we think and feel. Believing is the part of us that can connect to something more. You have to believe in something more in order to achieve. If you never had any form or sort of belief ever, you would never achieve anything, because belief gives you that idea or the understanding that you can do that, you can get to that, you can go ahead and achieve. You have to be able to have that, and therefore you also have to have the opposite, which is doubt. The only thing about doubt is that it's a motivating thing as well, but it's motivating you in very different ways. Doubt is still something that says, we don't know what we're doing, we're not sure how we're doing this, why are we not making progress? You start looking at your external factors and you start aligning with the idea of doubt, because you start saying, well, instead of believing that I can be a millionaire, I'm doubting it, I'm hesitant because I'm looking around me and I'm not a millionaire, you know what I mean? So believing is being able to achieve that future state in your present existence now, simply by just visualizing and feeling hard enough. And doubt is the opposite. Doubt is that thing that you can believe, you can definitely believe and set a straight compass for your manifestation, and then you'll have a doubt come, and doubt can, if you don't control it, that's the thing. That's why it's about mitigation. But if you don't control it, or try to eliminate it in some aspects, then it's going to throw you off, and you're going to get like this again, and then you focus, and then you do what I do, and you focus on like 50 million different things instead of just saying, no, I just believe that this one action is what I need to do right now. Do you notice the pattern? I'm not actually talking about doubt. I'm actually talking about belief. Because you're focusing on the doubt, but the doubt isn't the thing you're supposed to focus on. The belief is the thing you're supposed to focus on. So yes, you can acknowledge, well, yes, I have doubt because I look around, I'm not a millionaire. But then also, then what I do, if you can do this as well, I'm just going to teach it because it's hinting to me. I get a sensation on my presence, my aura, and I can feel it in a couple places this time. And I kind of play with that. I play with the energy. I feel it on top of me. And sometimes you can feel crazy stuff. In yesterday's video, about manifestation and problem solving, which if you haven't seen it, go and check it out. It's pretty important. I talked about it then as well. Oh, awesome. I have a kookaburra that's come and now the dogs are chasing it away. Okay, I'm sorry. I just want to enjoy the outside a little bit. Like, this is beautiful. It's exactly the same place where I was yesterday. Anyway, so what I'm saying is stop focusing on the doubt. You can acknowledge that the doubt is there, but it doesn't mean it has to take your attention. The same way that you can see a thought and let it go, even though you constantly tell yourself that you can't. Of course you can. All you have to do is shift your focus. That's literally all it is. It's about your attention. And if you shift your focus to the positive, to your belief and your faith and your surety, if you make yourself certain, again, go check out yesterday's video. Honestly, guys, all it is just doing the action. You can be shitting yourself scared. You can be pissing your pants, but take the action. And this is a hard thing to accept, especially for us. If you are like me, fear has crippled you for most of your life. And then now I'm doing this. And that is, not only am I, yesterday's problem solving, I said find 3 options. So not only am I going down and finding 3 actions that I can take, I'm also then choosing the one that is the one that scares me, the one that is the most daunting, the one that scares me the most. And I'm going and I'm doing that. I don't know if I should actually use this as an example, but it's on my mind, so I'm going to use it. So this girl that I wanted to go out on a dog walk with, she works at a store. So I went and I stopped and I said, do you want to walk? She said no. I mean, she said yes, but she couldn't because her dad was not there. Then I went the next day because she said yes, come, but then her dad wasn't there again. And now today she gave me her phone number and there's an open mic tonight. And I was wondering, well, do I invite her? I was playing with my freaking doubts. My doubt was coming in all over the case. And what did I do? I said, no doubt, this is bullshit. Let me think about 3 actions I can take. I didn't actually, this was so menacing of a doubtful situation that I actually didn't even do that. I couldn't get down to it. But then as I was living my day, options came to me and I went through the options that arrived and I then looked at a few of them, but I didn't even have to, because again, I knew the one I wanted to take was the one that was the most daunting. So what did I do? On my way, I packed the dogs in the car. I was going to drive and walk to walk them here. Obviously, I'm here, right? Along the way, Emma said that she wanted rolling papers. So I was like, okay, let me get some rolling papers. And that means that I have to interact with her, with this girl at the store. So I went and I was like, I'm just going to do that. I'm going to choose the hardest action, which is do it now before the walk so that if something does play out, it can play out. You know what I mean? I literally went for the hardest option and she wasn't even there. So it was like, whatever. But the fact is, doing that helped me just let go of the pressure, because doubt equates to pressure. If you have doubts about something, you build a pressure point. It becomes like a knot in a hose pipe. Belief is where the hose pipe will flow. You just believe that the water is going to flow through the hose pipe, but then doubt comes and it starts squeezing the hose pipe, and then eventually the hose pipe, enough doubt is going to make the hose pipe curl up, it's going to get a knot, and then you have pressure. So pressure and doubt kind of work a little bit in tandem, and that's why they're so difficult to deal with, because they both work together and they're both such confusing energies. It all comes down to this: despite the confusion, despite the discomfort and confusion and the fear, and even if you have lack of trust, lack of faith, lack of belief, even then, take the action. Maybe you want to self-reflect a little bit first, but I can't tell you that for you. You need to figure that out for yourself. Remember that we are all different in our own ways, so I can give you a nice step-by-step, but you might want to use it a little bit differently. And that's something that other coaches never taught. I'm going to make a video about how all these coaches teach us 100 things, and meanwhile, some of us only need to use 1 or 2, and then we get overwhelmed and oversaturated. We'll talk about that. But simply what I'm saying in this video now, to get rid of your doubt, you don't get rid of your doubt. You just do in spite of it. So you just say, well, yes, I'm doubtful this is going to play out nicely, but maybe it does. Let me go and see. And then you go and you do it, okay? As long as you put that positive little bit of positivity into it as well, just a little swing in your step, and you try and have fun doing it. Now, that's a big key point. If you can be present and have fun, as much fun as you possibly can, despite any discomforts and any of that, then you're going to have a good time, and that's going to unlock boundaries. Your throat chakra is going to heal and unclog very, very nicely if you start doing that. If you're a performer at heart, but you're not in ego yet, you do this, you take action despite your doubt, and that ego part of you is going to fall away almost instantaneously. You're going to find yourself being a performer. Even if it's just for that moment on stage, then you get off, then you have to deal with the ego, get back on. Eventually it falls away. Eventually it becomes easy. You don't even know what it is anymore. The doubt falls away. So that's that. If you feel doubt, you can journal about it. You can think about it a little bit, but the more you think about it, the more you're paying attention to it. So if you need to self-reflect on it, self-reflect on the whys. Why am I feeling doubtful about this situation? Because that's then going to take you to the root, okay? So for example, why am I feeling doubtful about messaging this chick? Well, because my past experience with messaging hasn't been very good. And so on and so forth. Nothing more is coming right now. I think that's for my own self-reflection if I needed it. But you get the idea, right? If you need to do the self-reflection, if you need to understand where this is coming from so you can understand the hurt, you can try do that. But remember that that's not always going to deliver you the results you need. Sometimes you just need to take the action. Taking the action first will prompt the thoughts that you need. That's a big, big, big thing. A lot of action untakers, I guess you would call it, people who don't take action a lot, they tend to believe that life will happen nice and naturally despite not taking action. And I used to be one of those, and then I realized that taking action is actually what allows the universe to deliver the lessons you need. If you take the action, like I took the most daunting action now, and I eliminated the most amount of doubt I could have taken a month to eliminate this amount of doubt. And yet today, in one day, because of 1 or 2 actions, I have eliminated the same amount of doubt. That's incredible, you know? So you just gotta have courage, because if you have fear, you can also have courage. And that is something we'll talk about in another video, because that's a different topic. We can go through the different types of energies and things like that, fears and doubts and worries and complaints even, and things like that. So, but yeah, for now, that is doubt. So just take your actions, okay? Just be brave. Have fear, acknowledge there's fear, but also say, but despite that, I'm brave enough that I'm going to do this anyways. And then you do it. Can you see the pattern? It's literally, regardless of what your mind wants to tell you, your mind isn't you. Your mind is not you, dude. So stop thinking that your mind saying you can't do this is you saying you can't do this. Your mind saying you can't do this is your mind saying you can't do this. It's a computer. It is phenomenal and incredible, and psychologically speaking, it's on leaps and bounds of levels of energy and what shit, but it's not you. You are something inside yourself. Okay? Allow that, yourself, your higher self, your being, allow that to come and say, this is the action that I want you to take. Be brave enough to take it. And then you, like, submerge that into your lower being. You literally, like, get that onto yourself as you are now, ego and everything. And you then say, where are my dogs? No, that's not what you say. And you then say, well, fuck it, dude, I'm going to do the action anyways. Go do the actions. Okay, love you guys. I'll see you in another video. Mwah.